Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Mike Colleen at MikeColleen.com, and this video is titled, What Happens When You Leave or Defeat a Narcissist? Basically, when you get rid of your narcissist, okay? I've got a list here. Normally, I just go off the top of my head, but I've got a list of things here, so it's going to be a quick video. So here's what happens, okay? Number one, your money goes up. One thing I noticed after, okay, this is before I labeled them as narcissists, because I didn't, I heard the word, but I didn't really know what it meant. It wasn't like, how to explain this? I didn't have the actual definition or understanding what a narcissist is. And that's actually very important for you to learn, okay? So I noticed whenever I'd get around certain kind of people and my life would just go to shit, okay? And there would always be one that'd come into my life, and I noticed when I couldn't take it anymore and I'd get rid of them, all of a sudden, my business went up, okay? I'm a personal development coach, life coach. I do communication between men and women, dating, relationship coaching, etc. So literally, now this is the weirdest thing. This is one of the things that really was a solid indicator for me of this whole energy spiritual thing is absolutely real. Every time I'd get rid of one of those people, my phone would start ringing. I'd start getting emails from customers. People started calling me, contacting me, emailing me, messaging me, signing up, for sessions, etc. And the first couple of times it happened, I thought, is it really because I got rid of that person? Because here's the deal. Whenever a narcissist would come back and would come into my life, everything would just go, everything. Friends would stop calling. Emails, the people weren't answering my ads, people weren't responding to my social media, like it just would come to a complete halt. So that became one of my indicators of going, this person isn't good for me. And I kind of tune in like, we've been arguing a lot and this and that. I'd get rid of them and I do my meditation. I do my, I didn't do this today. Let me do it real quick. Let's light the candle first of all. This is the bougie candle. Some kind of cologne. Smells like really good. All right, so here is my sage. Let's get down to the nub. This is a mountain sage. I never heard of it until I bought it about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Well, that's enough. Holy crap. All right, let's just kind of leave it there for a minute. All right, let's light that fire starter. I have sand here in a cup, so I put out in sand. That's the best way to put out sage. All right, so I would notice that whenever I get rid of these people, everything, it's like someone turned on the electricity, someone turned on the lights, and I thought, again, you got to be kidding me. Now, I had this one person that would do the Hoover thing. At the time, I didn't know what was going on. I didn't call it a Hoover. I was like, they'd come back, and they did the whole Hoover thing, and I was like, I'll give you another chance, because I was just this guy that I'd overlook people who stabbed me in the back and stuff like that, like a dumbass. And next thing you know, my business would start going down again. Like, you got to be fucking kidding me. But with this person, because it happened so many times, like literally it was about 5 times or more. I'm ashamed to say it, but it happened. Okay. But the thing that really taught me is whenever I'd cut them out of my life, boom, the phone would start ringing. I'd start getting clients, and it wasn't like one phone call a week. It would go from 0 phone calls a week to 2 or 3 a day, or 2 or 3 within 2 days, and then 2 or 3 emails from other people. It would just like boom, boom, boom. I'd start making book sales on my website, and all that stuff. So it became really, really obvious, like, okay, what's going on here? And finally, I got rid of that person for good. And business was good. I was fine. And then I met someone else. It was actually someone I knew for years. I'm going to say who it is. A totally different person I've been talking about for a while. For the last couple months. Like, totally different person. This was years ago. And my business started going down. And I was like, fuck, you got to be kidding me. Like, no. And sure enough, the person was backstabbing me, talking shit behind my back, and cutting me down, just doing all that stuff. I'm not going to get into the negative side. This is the positive side. And I cut them out of my life, and my business went up. I thought, you gotta be kidding me. And as I look back, when I was with my ex-girlfriend, the business go down. When I get rid of her, we'd break up. Business would go back up. And so there's something about the energy with a narcissist. They're so negative that it affects even things like your ad in a paper, your phone calls, your emails. So all I know is that was one of the indicators that really number one, made me believe in this spiritual energy stuff. Number two, it's an indicator, call it a red flag, for me to start tuning into this. If someone new came into my life and my business started going down, it's one thing to have like a bad day or even a bad week, but when it just is consistent like, for no reason, like, okay, what's going on here? So then I really start listening and tuning in. So let's get back to the list. So what goes up, or what happens when you leave a narcissist? Money goes up, your awesome goes up, okay? You get vindicated, so your self-esteem goes up. You start to feel solid, grounded, whole, and emotionally complete, okay? You feel good about yourself. Your self-worth goes up. Your self-protection goes up. Now, that's something that I don't think a lot of people talk about. When you really deal with the darkness of a narcissist, you will literally cut them off, and you will defend yourself, and you will protect yourself, okay? And that thing inside, now I've been teaching this for over 30 years, there's like a child inside, a spirit, okay? It's actually the connection to God. In fact, Jesus says, okay, it's not just Jesus, but Buddha says the same thing, look within, right? The Lord resides within the temple, right? Jesus says this, and then it said, then Jesus says the body is the temple of the Lord. The Lord resides within the temple, not the church, the temple, which is your body. That sensitive being inside you that gets hurt, that's a connection with God. In fact, to be quite honest with you, it's God inside you. When you start to protect that, and you also do what's called self-love, it's like love yourself. Self-love. That's the other being. Something that happened to me when I finally cut this last narcissist off and I started to do more and more self-love, everything just clicked. It was like I started to, my intuition went through the roof. I started to notice the right thing versus the wrong thing, where things would go over my head. It's like you get a sense of power, and I'm not going to go in depth on that right now. You literally get a sense of power that affects everything in your life, okay? Now, maybe I'll do another video on that. So this video is going to keep it short. So your self-protection goes up. You start to protect yourself and take care of yourself. Your self-awareness goes up, meaning you become self-aware, and now you're connected to your intuition. This is your intuition, your body. Your self-realization goes up. Your self-love goes up. I already said that. You put yourself first for the first time in your entire life. Even right now, there's a couple people that I know online through Facebook who, oh, Mike, I want to talk to you. Where you been? Where you been? And I'm like, hey, I'm busy. I'm making videos. I'm working. I'm putting. And I thought, man, before I'd be like, oh, okay, I'd stop everything I'm doing. Like, well, what do you need? How can I help you? And I would just do that with everyone. Now it's like, no, I've got things to do. I'm sorry. I thought I'll let you know when I could talk. That is a new thing for me. Okay. Your self-respect goes up, and you start to feel good about that. Here's your self-respect. This is what I mean. You start to cut off anyone that disrespects you, that is rude to you, even if they just don't vibe with you. You're like, their energy is bringing you down. You're just like, no, my life is worthy. I'm going to be happy. And it's like when people start to bring you down, you're like, no, I'm not doing that anymore. It's just like you're sick and tired of that sick feeling in your stomach. You're like, no, and that is your intuition. You're like, oh, I get this bad feeling, and you don't even need to have a reason why. You're just like, when I'm around this person, I'm just like, I get a headache, or I'm not happy, or whatever, irritable. Okay. Ultimately, you vibrate at a higher level. Your energy vibration goes up. And because of that, you get a higher level of consciousness, and that allows you to calm down and have a greater sense of clarity. I say if there's one thing, I'd say you get a greater sense of clarity. You just feel good. Your body's relaxed. Your body feels good. Your mind is open. It's not all tight. Like that loosens up and the door's open, wide open. And you have a sense of a greater awareness around you. But it's in a relaxed way. It's not like a paranoid, panic, and defensive way. See, that's actually this, where the door's closed. You're doing this, like you're ping-ponging around, like looking down this narrow slit, right? You're open, wide open. And when you have greater awareness like that, you're actually safer because you're aware all the way around you for 40, 50 feet. All right? That's actually something I teach in my course on consciousness, okay? I also teach it in the men's course, the dating relationship course. You're connected to you, your inner self, your intuition goes up, and I'm going to say it again, your awesome goes up. Hey, this is Mike Colleen at MikeColleen.com. It is absolutely worth it to be strong for yourself, to cut off that narcissist. Because here's what happens. A lot of people think, oh, well, it's just the narc. No. Even if I go to the grocery store and someone's rude to me, do you know what I do? Instead of trying to go like, what's your deal, man? Like what's the problem? I don't even do that. I just walk away. If a clerk's being rude for no reason, if a cashier's ringing me up and being rude, I just walk out. I don't say nothing. I don't fight. I don't argue. I don't explain myself. I don't apologize. I just like, well, I didn't do anything wrong. And I just walk out. You walk away from bullshit. Here's the deal. Your awesome goes up. You walk away from problems. You don't sit there and try to argue it out, okay? Hey, God bless you guys. This is Mike Colleen at MikeColleen.com. Please click subscribe. My subscriptions are going up. I'm almost at 1,000. And click the like button. See you guys.